Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be rebuilding the Toronto Raptors around RJ Barrett and Scottie Barnes. Which means we won't be trading away RJ Barrett or Scottie Barnes for the entirety of this video. And of course the goal will be to win Scottie Barnes, RJ Barrett, and the Raptors a championship. To start off this season, the Raptors are off to a horrible start. They're one of the worst teams in the league at the moment with only 8 wins and 29 losses. And we do have our own first round pick for this coming NBA draft, the 2025 NBA draft, which means we can tank and hopefully get ourselves a lottery pick, which I'm pretty sure we will be able to, but I would like a top 3 pick. That way we could select someone like Flagg, Ace Bailey, or Dylan Harper to add on this team to pair up with Scottie Barnes and RJ Barrett. The Raptors do have a lot of potential for the future in my opinion. They have a lot of good young talent on their team. They have Emmanuel Quickley, who's only 25 years old, Grady, who's only 21 years old, and this season he's been playing really good. They also obviously have Scottie Barnes and RJ Barrett. In my opinion, this team in the next few years could be a really good team. Just like the Houston Rockets blossomed this season and are playing really good, I think that the Raptors could do the same. There will be one trade that I'm going to be making, and that's trading away Jakob. And the reason for that's going to be he's 29 years old, and obviously we want a younger team around Scottie and RJ Barrett. So we're going to go ahead and trade away Jakob. I believe that's how you say his name, but we're going to go trade him for a younger big man. So there is 2 trades that I like for Jakob. One is Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons, who's an amazing offensive player, amazing rebounder, and a good defender. He could be the future starting center for our team. And there's also Walker Kessler, who I also like a lot, but we would have to give up our own first round pick, which is valued way too high. And of course, we're going to be tanking this season, so I'm not going to be giving up that pick. But if we can get Walker Kessler without including this pick, I might go ahead and pull this trade off. If not, we'll trade for Jalen Duren. We do have a bunch of picks, so I'm pretty sure we should be able to get Walker Kessler on our team, but I'm not going to be giving them the pick that they wanted, which was our 2026 and the first round draft. I thought it was a 2025 pick of ours, but it was a 26 one. But I would still like to keep both of those picks and maybe give them a future pick down the road, like our 2028 pick. Then maybe a few second rounders should be able to get it done. We also get ourselves Jordan Clarkson's contract, which is pretty big. Well, it's not honestly that big, to be honest. I thought it was a lot bigger, 14 million, but still, Jordan Clarkson, we could trade him in the off season for more picks if we want. They give us a counter offer. I don't want to pull that trade off. Let's try throwing in a few more second rounders and see what they say here. And they do decline. They want Jamal Sheed for Drew Eubanks. I want to keep him out of this trade because it says he has A- potential, or it was A+ potential. So if we can keep him out of this trade, that would be amazing. And we do get it done with a bunch of second round picks and 1 first rounder. And now we got ourselves our future starting center in Walker Kessler. Bruce Brown is on an expiring contract, so I thought why not trade him away this season right now and see if we can get ourselves a pick, which we can from the Memphis Grizzlies, for Luke Kennard and a first round pick for Bruce Brown. And we're going to go ahead and pull this trade off. Luke Kennard is also on an expiring contract, which is good for us. We're going to go ahead and send away Bruce Brown to the Memphis Grizzlies and acquire ourselves a first round pick. And make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. You guys could always unsubscribe later, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the video. So that's it for trades this season. Since we are going to be tanking, we're not going to be making many more moves. So we got ourselves a pick and Walker Kessler for our future. But now the rest of this season's goal will be to tank and lose as many games as possible to get ourselves a lottery pick. So now I'm going to be simulating until the end of this season, where hopefully we continue playing bad and get ourselves a top 5 pick in the NBA draft. Here we are at the end of season 1, where SGA wins MVP, Misi wins Rookie of the Year, Russell Westbrook winning 6th Player of the Year, Wemby, Depoy, Amin Thompson wins Most Improved, LaMelo Ball Clutch Player, the OKC Thunder Coach of the Year, and the Boston Celtics win Executive of the Year. We're not going to have any selections here since we were tanking, and we did perfectly at tanking. At the end of the season, we only won 23 games and lost 59. We were the second worst team in the entire league, which means we're going to have the second best odds at getting the #1 overall pick. As you guys can see, wait a second. So we were tied with the Utah Jazz as a second worst team. So yeah, we were basically the second or third worst team, whatever you want to call it. Let's see who's going to be winning the NBA Finals this playoff run. And the Dallas Mavericks are in the finals, and so are the New York Knicks. And the Knicks go on to win the championship. I don't really see that where the New York Knicks are winning the championship, which is pretty cool. In the first season at least. I'm going to overturn a few of these retirements, and then I'll see y'all at the NBA Draft Lottery. Alright, time for the draft lottery. Let's see where we're going to be ending up. And we have the second best odds to get the #1 overall pick. Hopefully we get the first overall pick. I don't want to fall below #2 or 3. That would be awful. Let's see where we end up. And we stay at 2, which is perfectly fine because I would rather be at 2 than fall down to 6 or 7 because I've seen that happen before. So I'm happy with the second overall pick, which means we can get ourselves an amazing player. We could probably get either Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey, and those two are probably going to be the ones that I want. Dylan Harper would be a good player as well. I believe I got him in my last video, and he progresses like crazy. He was up to like a 87, 89 overall within 2 seasons. Ace Bailey also progresses a ton, so I'm going to finish our staff signing, and then we'll see who we're going to be selecting with our second overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft. Time for the NBA Draft. Let's see who we're going to be selecting here. So let's see who the New Orleans Pelicans will be selecting with the first overall pick, and they take Dylan Harper, which means we can get ourselves Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey. Cooper Flagg's an 80 overall, and Ace Bailey is a 78 overall. This is going to be a hard decision on who we should pick. They're both amazing. They both progress amazingly. Cooper Flagg is a small forward, and we already have a small forward in RJ Barrett. We could move RJ Barrett to the shooting guard position though. So I'm going to decide who we're going to be selecting here, and when I come up with a decision, I'll show y'all. We are going to be selecting Cooper Flagg with our second overall pick. His ceiling is LeBron James Hall of Fame. Ace Bailey I got in my Sacramento rebuild 2 videos ago, so I decided we're going to be selecting Cooper Flagg with our second overall pick and see how things play out with him. He will be our starting small forward, which means we're going to move RJ Barrett's position to be our shooting guard. That's it for this NBA draft. We did get the highest overall player in this draft, which is really nice to see. Only 19 years old. And Cooper Flagg progresses like crazy in 2K simulation, so I'm excited to see how things play out with him on our team. So obviously I'm going to be picking up the team option on Grady, Walker Kessler, and Abaji. We need all 3 of these players, so of course we're going to pick up that team option. And we don't have to bring back anyone in free agency by the looks of things. I'm pretty sure we have everyone locked up on contracts, which we do. Do we have any salaries cap? Let's see how much money we have to spend. We can only spend $8.5 million. But what I'm going to be doing is trading away Jordan Clarkson, who has $14 million contract, since we don't need him anyways. He's just blocking up some of our salaries. So I'm going to go ahead and trade him for some picks or a cheaper player. No team is down to give us a first round pick for Jordan Clarkson, but the New York Knicks are open to trading us Mitchell Robinson for Jordan Clarkson and Jamal Sheed. We also get ourselves a first round pick. Mitchell Robinson could be our backup center. Since we don't really have a backup center, we do, but that's Kelly Olynyk, and I'm probably going to be trading Kelly Olynyk as well, since he's more of a power forward in my opinion, and he is 34 years old, and of course we're rebuilding a younger team around our 2 stars. So I'm also going to be trading away Kelly Olynyk. We do need a backup point guard, so I think we're going to be pulling this trade off here with the Indiana Pacers. Again, no one's down to give us a first round pick for Kelly Olynyk either. They all have players attached. So I decided, why not get ourselves a player that we need. We do need a backup point guard on our team because we only have Davion Mitchell and I don't want to play him this coming season. But Andrew Nembhard could be the perfect backup point guard. He's an amazing playmaker, a really good defender, and a decent offensive player. So we're going to be sending away Kelly Olynyk. I want to take this first round pick out of the trade. I don't want to give them a first rounder, but it looks like we may have to do that, sadly. What about if we give them our 2029 pick and they want another? So let's see what they say now. And okay, so they gave us a counter with nothing we gotta give up. They're giving us a second rounder. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that off. And now we got ourselves a backup point guard in Andrew Nembhard and a backup center in Mitchell Robinson. Our rotation is basically already set and good to go, but I am going to be signing Dorian Finney-Smith on a pretty cheap contract. He doesn't want much money. So we're going to go ahead and give him a 1-year contract in case we need a backup power forward in the season or in the playoffs. So we're going to go ahead and sign Dorian Finney-Smith to a 1-year, $3 million contract. That's it for free agency. I'll see y'all at the start of this coming season with our new rotation. Here we are at the start of season number 2 with our new rotation. Our starting lineup is going to be Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett at the shooting guard position, Cooper Flagg at the small forward position, Scottie Barnes and Walker Kessler, and then off the bench we're going to have Grady, Mitchell Robinson, Andrew Nembhard, and OG Abaji. Our rotation is a lot better than the previous season. Our players progressed by a ton, a lot of progression from our younger players. So I'm excited to see how things play out this season. Cooper Flagg, obviously the number 2 overall pick. I'm excited to see what he brings to this team. And now I'll probably be seeing y'all at the end of this season. I don't think we'll be making any moves to our roster. In game 1, we win by 51 points against the Boston Celtics. That is insane. Scottie with 37, Emmanuel Quickley with 29, 22 from Grady, RJ Barrett with 17, Cooper Flagg in his debut game puts up 14 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, shooting 7 of 10. And now let's get to simulating. We're stopped here and RJ Barrett wants to sign an extension, so we're gonna go ahead and give him an extension, but he wants way too much money. Bro wants $40 million a year. And on top of that, Grady wants almost $40 million himself, and all he's doing is putting up 13 points per game, shooting 36% from the three-point line, wanting $40 million. We're definitely not giving Grady a $40 million contract, and if he does not change his mind by the end of the season, we'll trade him. But RJ Barrett, we're going to be giving a contract to, since he is going to be the future of the Raptors in this video, so we'll go ahead and try lowering it down as much as we can. It looks like we could lower it down to around $33 million a year, so we're going to go ahead, and he declines. Okay, so we'll try once again, maybe a little bit more than 33. Let's try 33.2, and now he does accept, so we get RJ Barrett locked down for 5 more years. But Grady, if he continues wanting $40 million, we're most definitely trading him this offseason, because we're not giving a player coming off the bench $40 million a year. Here we are at the end of this season where Luka Doncic wins MVP, and there you go, our boy Cooper Flagg winning Rookie of the Year, averaging 16 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, over a steal a game, and 1.5 blocks, shooting 50% from the field. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year. The only problem with his game this season was his 3-point shooting, but hopefully he could continue to develop his shot as we continue simulating in the next few seasons. John Collins wins 6th Player of the Year, Wemby with the Detroit Pistons. So it looks like Victor Wembanyama was either traded or let go in free agency for some reason. I've noticed a lot of teams have been not picking up the team options for their star players, and I think that's exactly what happened with Wemby. For some reason, the Spurs let him walk and didn't pick up his team option, which would have been only a few $1 million a year. And yeah, that's exactly what happened because he has a 4-year contract with the Detroit Pistons, which is insane. Scoot Henderson wins Most Improved Player, putting up 21 points per game with the Bulls. So it looks like, oh my god, his team option was declined as well by the looks of things. I don't know why this glitch is happening in 2K, but the last few days I've been noticing that a lot of players are being let go in free agency by their teams, which makes no sense at all, because why would the Trailblazers and why in the world would the Spurs let Wemby and then Scoot walk? That would make zero sense. Zion Williamson wins Clutch Player, Jason Kidd Coach of the Year, and we win Executive of the Year. As you guys can see in the bottom left corner, we won 65 games and lost only 17. The Mavericks won one extra game than we did. I did not think we were going to be this good of a team this season, to be honest. I did not think we would be contenders. I knew we would be a playoff team, but definitely did not think we would be contenders. And Scottie Barnes, we have him on all NBA second team. Let's go. Let's see if we get anyone else here, and we do not. But we do get Scottie Barnes also on all defensive second team, which is nice to see. Somehow Walker Kessler is not here, but that's fine. And of course, we were the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and in round 1, we'll be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, who somehow were a play-in team. Doesn't make much sense, but that's 2K for you. There's always random things going on here. Let me show you guys our player stats for the regular season. So our leading scorer was Scottie Barnes, almost putting up 22 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists. Right behind him, we have RJ Barrett, also putting up 21 points per game on an amazing efficiency. And then we have Cooper Flagg, 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Amazing rookie season. I'm excited to see what he does in the playoffs. And then we had 14 from Emmanuel Quickly as our starting point guard. He was playmaking, scoring, doing everything you can think of, and playing good defense. Brady off the bench, 13 points per game. I still can't believe this guy wants $40 million. I had a chance to trade him for players like De'Aaron Fox, but I didn't decide to do that. But we may just be doing that this offseason if he doesn't change his mind. Then we have Walker Kessler, which with 10.5 points, 10 rebounds basically. Kessler, amazing get for our team. In my opinion, we couldn't have asked for a better center. Nembhard, our backup point guard, was also amazing. Abaji was amazing. Mitchell Robinson was really good as our backup center as well. Now I'm going to be fixing up our player minutes, and then we'll see what we could do here in the playoff. Alright, I fixed up our player minutes. Let's see how we play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't think we're a championship team this season, but you never know. Anything could happen. Let's see how things go. Game 1 is a win for us. RJ Barrett with 32, 31 from Quickly. Game 2 is a loss. Game 3 is a win for us. We're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. We also win game 4 and 5, and we end up gentlemen sweeping the Cleveland Cavaliers. RJ Barrett put up 30 points, 10 assists, 25 points, 10 rebounds from Scottie, and 23 from Emmanuel Quickly. Now in round number 2, we got ourselves the Detroit Pistons, who have, oh my god, they have Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama on their team. What is going on here? And they also have Cade Cunningham as their point guard. So see what I mean? The teams let their players walk 2 years in to their team options. After the second season, for some reason, they're letting their players walk. Because of that, the Detroit Pistons now have Chet Holmgren and Wemby. Twin Towers, literally, they're both above 7 foot in their front court. That is insane. They also have Cade Cunningham, Corey Kispert, Tyus Jones off their bench, TJ Tobias, Ron Holland. This team is insane. Game 1 is a win for us, though, with Scottie putting up 21, Cooper Flagg with 20 points. He's playing amazing in his first NBA playoffs, shooting 40% from the three-point line. Game 2 is a loss for us, of course. Wemby with 35 points. I don't think we're going to be able to beat this team, and yeah, the Twin Towers are going insane. Even though Chet, this playoff run, isn't really playing good. Everyone calls the front court of the Cleveland Cavaliers the Twin Towers, Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. But this is the real Twin Towers. They're both above 7 foot, which is insane. They have 2 7-footers in their front court. That would be insane defense. Wemby and Chet, that would be the most deadly duo in the NBA. And of course, they're up 3-1 against us just like that. We're probably going to be losing this round. I don't think we're getting past this team. Scotty does try with 37 points, 10 rebounds. Let's see if we can go to game 7, and we are going to be pushing it to a game 7. Let's go. Cooper puts up 23 points, 23 from Scotty, 22 from Quickly, and 22 from RJ Barrett. Our whole team is playing really good. Scotty is averaging 23, Cooper's averaging 18, Walker Kessler's averaging 10. Let's see if we can defeat the Detroit Pistons here in game 7 and advance to the conference finals. So far, it's a back and forth. We do have the lead at the moment. It looks, oh god, oh my god, we won by 1 point. Holy cow. I thought we were about to lose that game, but somehow one of our players hit a clutch shot, clearly a really clutch shot, and got us this win by literally 1 point. RJ Barrett had 27, 26 from Scotty, 20 from Walker Kessler, 13 from Cooper. That is insane. I thought at first I was about to say, and we will be advancing, and then I seen them take the lead from us, and I thought it was going to be a loss for sure. But clearly our team came back, and we advanced to the conference finals, where we'll be taking on the Boston Celtics, the defending NBA champions. Well, not anymore. In real life, they're the defending champions, but not in the simulation, since I believe it was the Mavericks that won last season, if I'm not mistaken. Or, yeah, I don't know who it was. It was the New York Knicks. There we go. Game 1 is a win for us. Scotty putting up 33 points, 21 from Abaji off the bench. Let's go. Game 2 is also a win. Scotty with 45 points, RJ Barrett with 23, and Quickly with a double-double. And we do lose game 3. Tatum with 29, RJ Barrett with 27. We had 2 double-doubles on our team, and they do tie up the series. So the Jays are coming back clearly. RJ Barrett had 21. Scotty is struggling the past 2 games, but hopefully he can pick it up here. Let's see what happens. We are up 3-2 against the Celtics. Let's go. Scotty with 27, Cooper Flagg with a double-double, and then the rest of the team was also amazing. And over here we have the Dallas Mavericks sweeping the Phoenix Suns. Let's see if we're making it to the finals, and we are going to a game 7. Let's see what happens. Game 7, we'll jump into Simcast, where we do have home court advantage. Let's see if that's going to work out in our favor, and it looks like it will be, and we will be advancing to the NBA Finals. Scotty with 26, 24 from Quickly, 19 from Cooper, and 19 from Nembhard. Scotty Barnes winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP, averaging 26 points per game. And on the other side, we have Luka Doncic winning Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging basically a 40-point triple-double. Luka in 2K is unreal. Over here, the Phoenix Suns were the number 2 seed. That's kind of surprising, because I never see the Suns doing too well in simulation in NBA 2K25. But this time around, they got themselves John Collins, and that got them all the way to the conference finals. Now, here's our real test. We're going to be taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who got themselves Mark Williams. That would be insane if this team got Mark Williams. But it looks like they traded away Derek Lively for Mark Williams. Game 1 is a loss for us. Luka puts up 28. Game 2 is a win. Let's go. Scotty with 29 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think we're going to be able to beat the Dallas Mavericks to win this championship, but you never know. I didn't think we would be making the finals, and we did. Game 3 is a loss for us. I am going to come up with a coach game plan, because if there's any chance of us winning a championship, it's if we make Scotty Barnes guard Luka Doncic, so that's exactly what we'll be doing. Came up with a defensive coach game plan. We put Scotty Barnes on Luka Doncic. That way he'll be guarding Luka Doncic. I put Quickly on Kyrie, since Quickly is fast and could probably keep up with Kyrie, hopefully. Cooper Flagg on Klay Thompson. And then RJ on PJ Washington. I totally forgot to put Walker Kessler on Mark Williams, so let me quickly fix that up. Alright, our defensive coach game plan is set in motion. Let's see what happens here in game 4, and it's a loss for us. Luka still had a triple-double even with Scottie guarding him. Quickly did slow down Kyrie Irving, but they still ended up getting this win by 9 points. Let's see if we can win, and we do win game 5. So the series is at 3-2 now. Scottie 27. He kind of did lock down Luka, but hopefully he could continue doing this. Let's see if we could tie up the series here. We are playing at home court. Let's see if we could get this win. And so far they are beating us, but we still have a chance to come back, and it looks like they are going to be winning and winning themselves the championship, with Luka Doncic winning MVP, Finals MVP. We're still a really young team, so it's really impressive that we even got into the finals with a rookie Cooper Flagg in our starting 5. So I'm still happy that we made it all the way to the finals and pushed the Dallas Mavericks to game 6. Because if we push them to game 6 with Cooper Flagg at 81, imagine what we could do in the next playoffs. Let me show you guys the player stats quickly for the playoffs for our team. Scottie, 25 points per game, 20 from RJ, 16 from Quickly, 16 from Cooper Flagg in his playoffs debut, shooting 50, 40, 70. So that's a good sign to see there. 12 points from Walker Kessler, 10 from Grady, 10 points, and he wants 40 million. Make that make sense. Nembhard, Baji, and Mitchell Robinson. Now, I'll be overturning a few more of these retirements once again, and then I'll see y'all either at the NBA draft or free agency, depending on if we have any picks. We had 2 first-round picks, and I traded both of them and got ourselves the 16th overall pick, I believe it is. Yeah, the 16th overall pick. I think we had the 20th, the 23rd overall pick, and the 29th overall pick, and we also had a second rounder. And I traded all 3 of them plus another second rounder for this pick that we have now. And we can either acquire this guy here who's a center, his name is Chris Sanak, or we can get Michael Brown Jr. and a bunch of these other players. But I think we're going to go ahead and get Chris on our team. He's a good center. He could be a backup center in the future, or if not, he could just be sitting there on our bench. We'll see. But he is 6'11". He has good rebounding, defense, good inside scoring. So we're going to go ahead and draft him with our 16th overall pick. That's it for the NBA draft. For team options, we're going to be picking up the team option for Grady, for Jonathan Mogbo. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Jonathan. He's an 80 overall player, but he hasn't made a rotation yet. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but he's an amazing defender. If we're not going to be playing him, might as well trade him for a first-round pick. The same as Jacoby Walter. He hasn't made a rotation yet, not really a good 3-point shooter. We may trade both of these guys here for first round picks if we're able to. They're on pretty cheap contracts, so I think we should be able to do that. We do have to bring back Walker Kessler and Abaji. That is going to be hard. Hopefully we have enough salary to bring back Walker Kessler, because we most definitely need him. Hopefully he's not asking for too much money, the same as Abaji. Let's see how much they're asking for exactly. Walker Kessler isn't asking for too much. 35 million for him is pretty good, and the same goes for Abaji, which means we should be able to bring both of them back. We can give Walker Kessler around $30 million a year. Let's see what he's being offered so far. So yeah, the Thunder are offering him 16 million, and then Abaji doesn't have any offers at all. So we're going to go ahead and give Walker Kessler $30 million annually, a 4-year contract. Let's see if we can give that as a flat contract, $30 million a year. See if we can make this happen. I think he should accept this contract. And the same as Abaji, will lower his down as much as we can. Well, first, let's get ourselves Walker Kessler, since that's our main priority here. We can renounce the rights for Finney-Smith and Drummond. Let's see if we have enough. We should have enough for Walker Kessler. 4 years, 120. It's quite a lot, but he's an amazing player, so it's worth it. And we have him signed, which is really good. And now I'm also going to be bringing back Abaji, I think at least. He played good for us off the bench. He was playing limited minutes and he was shooting almost 50% from the 3-point line. So yeah, I think we're going to be bringing him back. But we'll give him a 2-year contract, $12.5 million flat. Let's see if he accepts. And he should be accepting here shortly. And there you go, 2 years, $25 million, and we get him back as well. Also, something I forgot to mention, the player that we drafted with the 16th overall pick is a 77 overall, so he may be able to be our backup center instead of Mitchell Robinson if we want him to be. He probably will be progressing. He's 19 years old, already a 77 overall. He's 6'11", and we'll maybe be playing him in our rotation. We'll see if he's good or not. We do have a few players we're going to be trading away for picks, like Davion Mitchell. He's an 80 overall player. He's not going to be in our rotation, so there's no point of wasting his talents on our team just sitting around on the bench. So I'm going to trade him for picks. We'll trade Jonathan for picks because, again, there's no point of an 80 overall player sitting on our bench and not even getting minutes. That's not fair. So we're going to go ahead and trade them away for picks. We'll start with Davion Mitchell, and then Jonathan could go next. Grady still wants a $40 million contract, and we're most definitely not going to be paying him that much money, so we're going to be trading him away, as well as Andrew Nembhard for Tyler Hero, and Hero could be our new starting point guard, and we could have Emmanuel Quickley be our 6th man. Tyler Hero is an amazing offensive player, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, so we're going to bring him to the Raptors as our new starting point guard. I'm excited to see how things go this season with our new rotation. I don't think we'll be making any more moves as of right now. We're stopped here at player progression, and as you guys can see, there's no regression to our team, which is absolutely amazing. Scottie Barnes is up to a 92 overall, 89 from RJ Barrett, 86 from Emmanuel Quickley. Cooper Flagg jumping up by 6 in overall, putting him at an 86 overall. The same with Walker Kessler, and the rest of our team is also progressing, which is really nice to see. Now, I'll see y'all at the start of this coming season with our new rotation. Here we are at the start of this season with our new rotation. Our starting 5 is going to be Tyler Hero, RJ Barrett, Cooper Flagg, Scottie Barnes, and Walker Kessler. Off the bench, we're going to have Emmanuel Quickley, Mitchell Robinson, Abaji, and Jonathan Mogbo. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'll call him Jonathan. But he's up to an 80 overall. He's a power forward, so we're going to be playing him around 14 minutes a night as our backup power forward. Let's see how things play out this season. Let's simulate game 1 against the Golden State Warriors, which is a win by 49 points. RJ with 35, 23 from Abaji, Tyler Hero with 19, Cooper Flagg with a double-double, and the same as Scottie Barnes. I'll be simulating either until the end of this season, but if there's trades to be made, of course, I'll be stopping at the trade deadline. This season, I do think we could be championship contenders in my opinion. Last season, I did not think we were championship contenders, but this season, our team is a lot better with a new progression from our younger players. So I'm excited to see how things play out. I'm stopped here at the trade deadline, and we're going to be trading away RJ Barrett, hopefully for Devin Vassell. There's a few reasons we're going to be trading away RJ Barrett. One of the reasons is he's playing horrible this season, shooting 42% from the field and below 30% from the 3-point line. The other reasons are we're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, and Devin Vassell is a really good 3-point shooter, so that should help with our 3-point shooting most definitely. We don't need a 20 points per game type of player like RJ Barrett anymore, since we already have Scottie Barnes, Tyler Hero, and Cooper Flagg for offense. So Devin Vassell would fit this role perfectly as a 3-and-D player on our team. He's a good defender, amazing 3-point shooter, and could average around 13-15 points per game, and that's exactly what we need from him. We don't need him putting up 20 points per game. So we're going to be trying to send away RJ Barrett for Devin Vassell and a first-round pick. Let's see what they say. Another thing is that I forgot to mention, we're also one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Even though we have the best offense, our defense is not there for some reason. So that's why I think Devin Vassell should help our defense and 3-point shooting. So we're going to be trying to pull this trade off here. RJ Barrett for Devin Vassell and a first-round pick. And they declined. They give us a counter offer. They want 2 first-round picks from us, which I'm not doing definitely. So let's see what they say for straight up RJ Barrett for Devin Vassell. RJ Barrett is a 90 overall, whereas Devin Vassell's a 84. So actually, we should honestly be getting at least 1 first-round pick from the Spurs if we're giving up a 90 overall player. And they still decline. They want to give us Derek Queen, who's a center, for a first-round pick. Again, we don't need another player from them. And we don't really have any second-round picks here, so looks like we may just have to do straight-up Devin Vassell for RJ Barrett. And they do accept, and we got ourselves a new shooting guard in Devin Vassell. That trade probably wasn't the best trade. There's a lot of other players we could have got for RJ Barrett. We could have got... There's a lot of big offers out there for RJ Barrett. But again, as I said, we don't need a 20 points per game type of player on our team right now at the shooting guard position. All we need is a good 3-point shooter and a good defender. And Devin Vassell is both of those things, as you guys can see. Before it said his perimeter defense was an A+, so I don't know why it's showing as a A right now, but he's a good defender and a good 3-point shooter. I don't know if we're going to be making any more moves to our team. I think our team is pretty solid other than that move we just made. For some reason, our team is not shooting good from the 3-point line. Like Scottie Barnes this season, below 30%. RJ Barrett was below 30%. Cooper Flagg is shooting alright, but the main 2 players on our team weren't shooting well. And Tyler Hero isn't shooting as good as he usually does as well. So hopefully that could switch. Now that we got Devin Vassell, hopefully we can turn things up a notch. But I guess we'll see. I'm going to be simulating until the end of this season, where hopefully we could win our team a championship. I'm going to try trading away Tyler Hero for a good playmaker like Tyrese Haliburton. Tyler Hero's an amazing offensive player, but in my opinion, he's more of a shooting guard than he is a point guard. He's not really a good playmaker, and we don't have a playmaking point guard on our team. In our starting lineup at least, and I think Tyrese Haliburton would help out our whole team with his playmaking. So I'm going to try pulling this trade off where we send away Tyler Hero, and to make the salaries match, we also have to throw in the first round pick. He's not a rookie anymore, so he would be a sophomore that we got in the 2026 draft, and then Kelly Oubre Jr. for Tyrese Haliburton, Harrison Barnes, and Jalen Noel. Let's see what they say here, and they do decline by the looks of it, and they do, but we have a bunch of picks that we can throw in, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing until we get Tyrese Haliburton. Or hopefully get Tyrese Haliburton, I should say. Holy, that pick is valued at 3 stars, which is insane. Let's try keeping that out of it if we can, but we will give up this pick here. I think we'll get this trade done. We have a lot of valuable picks, so it should get done here. Let's see, and they still decline, so we will use our valuable pick. Where did that valuable pick disappear? Okay, right here. It's a 3-star pick. Let's see what they say, and they do accept. Let's go, and now we got ourselves a new starting point guard in Tyrese Haliburton. Haliburton's also a good defender, and again, as I said earlier, we have one of the worst defenses in the league. So Hallie should also help with our defense as well as our playmaking. Now we have a primary ball handler, which we did not have before. And Hallie's also a good offensive player, which is a bonus. So yeah, this is a team we're going to be rolling with. Here's our starting lineup. We have Tyrese Haliburton, Devin Vassell, Cooper Flagg, Scottie Barnes, Walker Kessler, and then off the bench, we're going to have Emmanuel Quickley, Mitchell Robinson, Abaji, and Jonathan. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but Jonathan. I think we're a championship team. I know I said that at the start of this season, but clearly things didn't work out with our last rotation. But I think they will be working out now with our upgraded roster, and now I'll be seeing y'all at the end of this season. At the end of this season, our boy Scottie Barnes wins MVP. I was not expecting Scottie to win MVP, but that's a bonus for us that he did win MVP, putting up 23 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. Basically 8 assists, as well as 1.5 steal, 1.5 block on pretty good efficiency. He was struggling from the 3-point line, but he was still good all around. I was not expecting him to win MVP because he wasn't putting up no crazy stats, but he was still a really good player for us. Cameron Boozer wins Rookie of the Year, 16 points. Jeremy Sohan with the Phoenix Suns wins 6th Player of the Year, putting up amazing points. Jeremy Sohan would be a great fit for the Phoenix Suns in my opinion. And of course, Wemby wins Defensive Player with the Detroit Pistons. I still can't believe that him and Chet are paired up within Detroit. That's insane. This guy here wins Most Improved. Ja Morant Clutch Player. Kenny Atkinson wins Coach of the Year. And we win Executive of the Year, winning 59 games and losing only 23. And of course, we get the MVP on All NBA First Team after he just won his first MVP. That's honestly really cool. That wasn't a goal for this video, but it's a bonus that he ended up winning an MVP. Almost averaging a triple-double. If he had 2 more assists and 2 more rebounds, he could be a triple-double guy, which is pretty cool. Let's see if we get any more selections. We do get Tyrese Haliburton on All NBA Second Team. Let's go. And I think that is going to be it, unless we get someone here. And we do get Scottie Barnes and Cooper Flagg on All Defensive Second Team. Cooper Flagg had a phenomenal season as well, as you guys can see, almost averaging a double-double. He shot 50% from the field, 35% from the three-point line. Amazing defense and amazing offense. And we were the 2nd seed on the East. And in round 1, we're going to be going up against the Boston Celtics, who basically have the same team. And they brought Marcus Smart back to Boston from the looks of things. So yeah, Marcus Smart is back in Boston at age 33 as their 6th man once again. And they also have Johnny Davis, Isaiah Joe, Yabusele. Drew Holiday is down to a 79. Drew Holiday regresses way too quickly in NBA 2K25. And now they have Peyton Pritchard as their starting point guard. Let me show you guys the stats for our team before we get into the playoffs here. So Tyrese Haliburton was our leading scorer, putting up 25 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 9 assists on really good efficiency, shooting almost 50-40-90, really close to shooting 50-40-90 as you guys can see. Scottie Barnes, 23 points per game. I showed you guys his stats. He was amazing for us. Cooper Flagg with 17.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Emmanuel Quickley as our 6th man. Emmanuel Quickley could have won 6th Player of the Year as well. He was really good, putting up 16 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, shooting 40%, 41% from the three-point line. He was also really close to shooting 50-40-90. Devin Vassell, 14 points per game, amazing get for our team. After we pulled off the trade for Devin Vassell and Tyrese Haliburton, things turned around really quickly. We went on a huge winning run. We won a whole bunch of games after we traded away Tyler Hero and RJ Barrett. Walker Kessler almost averaged a double-double. Abaji off the bench, 8.5. Mitchell Robinson, 7. And JT Thor, he was a free agency, so I decided to pick him up since he's a good three-point shooter, and we needed a good backup power forward that's a good three-point shooter, so I went ahead and signed him to a 2-year contract. Now let me fix up our player minutes, and then we'll see if we can defeat the Boston Celtics. I fixed up our player minutes. Let's see if we can defeat the Boston Celtics. Game 1 is a win for us. Scottie Barnes putting up 26 points as well as 11 assists. 25 from Emmanuel Quickley and a double-double from Tyrese Haliburton, Cooper Flagg, and Walker Kessler. We had 4 players on our team with a double-double. Game 2 is also a win. Scottie Barnes with another double-double, this time putting up 43 points. Another double-double from Haliburton, Cooper Flagg, Walker Kessler on 4 double-doubles once again. Game 3 is a loss for us. Jaylen Brown and Tatum, almost 30 points each. Scottie had 28, 21 from Cooper Flagg and Quickley, but we still fell short. Haliburton is struggling on offense on his shooting splits, as you guys can see. So hopefully he can turn that up a notch. Game 4 is a win for us. There we go. Vassell with 31 points, making 6 of 6 from the three-point line. And there we go. That's a Haliburton we need. 28 points, 11 assists. 22 and 17 from Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg is almost averaging a double-double once again in the playoffs. Scotty with 16, and the rest of the team. JT Thor is also playing good. Let's see if we can gentlemen sweep the Celtics, and we do just that. Scotty Barnes 27 points, 13 rebounds, another double-double from Cooper Flagg, and now he's actually averaging a double-double this playoff run. That is really cool to see. Halliburton is still struggling offensively. His playmaking's there, but his shooting splits are still bad. Hopefully he can turn it up a notch in the second round where we're going to be facing the Detroit Pistons, and oh god, Wemby, Chet, and Cade. I still don't know how this team is a team, and I don't know how this team was a third seed even after having Wemby and Chet. Chet's a 95 overall now, and Wemby's almost a 99 overall. And they have Cade Cunningham, who's a 95. This team is deadly, and it's not like they don't have any good players around these three. They have amazing role players on their bench and in their starting lineup. Let's see how things go here. Game 1 is a win for us. Let's go. Halliburton with 43 points, 25 from Vassell, 22 from Scotty. Game number 2 is a loss for us, of course. Wemby with 31, and oh my god, their big three is insane. Let's see if we can go up here, and we do go up 2-1. Let's go. Scotty with 34, 20 from Vassell, 16 from Walker Kessler, and we are up 3-1. Let's go. Wemby had 42 points. Luckily, we still ended up defeating them with our amazing offense. 43 from Scotty, 24 from Quickly, 22 from Halliburton. And there we go. Halliburton is starting to play better offensively now. And Vassell is playing amazing as well. Can we, gentlemen, sweep them? And we do. Let's go. Scotty with 31 points, 11 rebounds. Halliburton with 24 points and 20 assists with only 1 turnover. Halliburton is the best playmaker in the league at the moment. Him and Trae Young for sure. Cooper Flagg, another double-double. Let's go, bros, averaging a double-double this playoff run. And now we got ourselves the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are the first seed, just like they are in real life at the moment. This team is deadly. Jarrett Allen's up to an 88 overall as well. They also got themselves Keontae George off the bench as their 6th man, Clint Capella. Jalen Tyson's up to an 83 overall. This team is deadly. And they also somehow got themselves Taylor Hendricks. This team is stacked. Isaiah Stewart as well. So they have a 10-man rotation with all players 80 plus overall. This is a deadly team. Game 1 is a win for us, luckily. Halliburton with 31, Scotty with a triple-double. Game number 2 is also a win. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Tyrese Halliburton with 27-point double-double. Scotty with a 20-point double-double. And Cooper Flagg with a 17-point double-double. Mitchell Robinson also had a double-double. Game 3 is also a win for us, which puts us up 3-0 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Scotty putting up 30 points. Cooper Flagg putting up 25 points, 10 rebounds, 18 from Halliburton, as well as 12 assists. Let's go. And is this going to be a sweep? It's not going to be a sweep. Okay. I wasn't expecting us to sweep them anyways. They're the first seed. And they are running back. The series is at 3-2. And we can't make them push us to a game 7. So this is where I'm going to come up with a coach game plan before we advance into the next round. Into the next game, I meant to say. Alright, I came up with a really good coach game plan in my opinion, and I think our coach game plan should work. Our team has a lot of good defenders that could lock down all their good players, and clearly it's working so far, but we can't let them get the comeback, and that's exactly what we did. Now they're up by 2, 7 minutes remaining. Let's slow this down in case we need to jump in, which we may need to do from the looks of things. But it's tie game, 2:22 remaining. And they're up by 1. Let's see what's going to happen here. And it's a tie game, 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. And this is where I'll be jumping in to hopefully get us this win here. Let me make sure the road substitutions are good. We're going to sub back in Devin Vassell, Cooper Flagg, Scotty, and Walker Kessler. Our starting lineup, basically. Let me fix a few things here for coach settings. And now things are set. They do have the ball, which kind of sucks. For some reason, that always happens whenever I decide to jump in. Evan Mobley with a ball. Scotty got to lock him up, and I think he will. Perfect. Let's go. What was that? Evan Mobley just airballed that. He airballed a layup. That did not even touch the backboard from the looks of things. That is insane. Okay, Cooper Flagg with the ball on... Oh no. Mitchell, how did Mitchell guard almost a 7-footer in Cooper Flagg? Oh god. That was a horrible defensive play by me. But hopefully I could score here. A 2 or a 3 would do it. I'm going to try hitting a 3-pointer with Halliburton. I need a screen here. Wide open. Let's go. That was wide open. That's what I'm talking about. We just hit a clutch 3 with Halliburton. Now we got to make sure to play good defense against this team. They're going to run it with Mobley from the looks of things. That was a horrible shot. Oh god. Walker Kessler with the free throws. That's not what I wanted. Walker Kessler is not a good free throw shooter from what I think. But let's see if we can get these green. Oh god. That's a miss. We missed the first free throw with Walker Kessler. But hopefully we can hit the second here. Let's see what happens. Green. Let's go. But I should have hit both of those. Now they have 24 seconds to get a bucket on us. And I think they're going to wait until the shot clock runs out and then try scoring. So hopefully we can play good defense here. I think we should be able to, but you never know. This team is deadly. Let's see what happens here. Get Garland with the ball. Either they're going to try hitting a clutch 3-pointer or they're going to give it to Mobley. Scotty should be able to lock him down, but there we go. That's our ball from the... Yes. So Evan Mobley knocked the ball out, which means it's our ball. And we could hit a few free throws here. Let me see who's our best free throw shooter. So it looks like Tyrese Halliburton is our best free throw shooter or Devin Vassell. So we got to get it to one of those two. And I think I'm going to want to shoot with Devin Vassell here. Yup. And as long as we can hit these 2 free throws, we should win this game. Because then that's going to be a 2-possession game. Let's see. Oh god, thank god that went in. I thought that was about to be a miss for a second. But I mean, he's almost a 90% free throw shooter. And let's go. We win this game. I'll see y'all in the next. We won the Eastern Conference Finals Championship. And now we're headed to the NBA Finals, where hopefully we could win ourselves a championship. We scored 150 points that game, but we also gave up 144, which is pretty bad defense. Halliburton had 32 points, 23 from Scotty, 22 from Emmanuel Quickly, who's playing really good as our 6th man. Devin Vassell with 19, 19 from Abaji, 13. Our whole team was almost in double-digit scoring, except for Mitchell Robinson. But this game, both teams combined almost scored 300 points, which is insane. That's unheard of. Anthony Edwards wins Western Conference Finals MVP, and Scotty Barnes wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP, which means we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Robert Dillingham is up to an 84 overall, Anthony Edwards is up to a 99 overall. They still have Julius Randle, they got themselves Jalen Duren, which is an insane get for this team. He's averaging a double-double. They still have Jaden McDaniels, but he's coming off their bench for Talen Horton-Tucker, which doesn't really make sense, but that's better for us. Nick Smith Jr. up to 83 overall, Miles Bridges, and Jalen Smith. So another team that's really stacked. So hopefully we can defeat them, but let's see what happens. Game 1 is a win for us. Scotty Barnes with 23 points, 22 from Halliburton, and 20 from Cooper Flagg. Game 2 is a loss. Anthony Edwards, of course, with 32 points. Halliburton played good, so did Scotty. How was Halliburton's offense? Okay, there we go. He's starting to shoot a lot better. Game 3 is a win for us. Edwards had 40. But luckily, we were able to defeat them. Cooper Flagg had 34. Scotty with a triple-double. Halliburton with a double-double. Game 4 is also a win. Let's go. And Anthony Edwards with 40 points almost once again. Halliburton had 28 points, 12 assists. 22 from Emmanuel Quickly, 21 from Cooper Flagg, and 18 from Scotty. And is this going to be a gentleman's sweep? And it is. There you go. The Toronto Raptors are NBA champions, with Scotty Barnes winning Finals MVP, and he was playing horrible offensively. His shooting splits were horrible, but I mean, he was averaging a triple-double, which is pretty impressive. So honestly, his stats, his triple-double makes up for those horrible shooting splits. And there you go. We are, what year is this? 2027 NBA champions. Let me show you guys the player stats for the playoffs that we just had. So our leading scorer was Scotty Barnes, putting up 27 points per game, 22-point double-double from Tyrese Haliburton, 18, almost an 18-point double-double from Cooper Flagg, 17.5 from Devin Vassell, 16 Emmanuel Quickley, Walker Kessler with 12 points as our starting center, as well as 2 blocks. And now let me show you guys the stats for the NBA Finals. So Haliburton should have won Finals MVP, to be honest, but it is what it is. Scotty Barnes was averaging a triple-double, so I mean, can't really complain about that. But Haliburton put up 24.5 points per game, as well as 10.5 assists, 21 points per game from Cooper Flagg, let's go, as well as 9 rebounds and 4 assists, almost 2 blocks and 1.5 steal. Scotty Barnes, as you guys see, basically a triple-double, 20 points per game, 18 from Devin Vassell on amazing efficiency. Devin Vassell was an amazing get for our team. Good thing we traded away RJ Barrett. I know the overalls in that trade didn't really make sense. We gave away a 90 overall player for a 85 overall player. But the reason I did that was because I knew Devin Vassell would help our team get a lot more wins than RJ Barrett would. He fits our team better than RJ Barrett. We didn't need a 20 points per game player. We needed a Devin Vassell, literally. Emmanuel Quickley, 16 points per game, basically a 10-point double-double from Walker Kessler, 8.5 from Mitchell Robinson, 8 from Abaji, and JT Thor with 2.5. That's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new for more NBA 2K25 content. Also, make sure to comment down below what rebuild you guys would like to see next. And click here on the screen if you guys want to watch my latest video, which you guys should want to watch. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I know you guys will enjoy my latest video. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.